what you gotta say, but don't play. Say what you gotta say, but don't play. Say what you gotta say, but don't play.
What is up, you guys? It's your spiritual friend Godmother, and I am back. Okay, except for I'm not back with another read. I am back with a smoke session. So for tonight's video, we are doing a chill smoke session. Also like a chit chat. One of my subscribers, her name is Valenciaga TV, I believe. She requested that I bring back my prayers of a light worker videos. And it sent me into reflection mode. It kind of made me question why I hadn't done them, or why I didn't really feel called to do them, or why I don't even be thinking about stuff on that frequency anymore. And like what just came to my mind is just that like back then I had more time. I had more time dedicated to meditation and my spiritual journey and stuff like that. And even though I'm still dedicated, I'm dedicated in other ways, like doing yoga or trying to think about the things that I consume, whether it's via watching TV, via something that I'm eating. It's like my focus is elsewhere. So it's not necessarily that I'm not in the energy of still learning those same lessons or having those same prayers. However, I feel like for a while I've been working out of dark energy. So I kind of wanted to talk about like maybe prayers of a shadow worker, because I don't know if that is as talked about as, you know, light work. I feel like I've been battling a lot with like what happens when you die, or like what happens when you pass. Like, are we put here to sin? Like, does God just know that we're gonna sin and then we still get to go to heaven, or we still get to ascend? Or because of my situation, it's like I want to believe that that's the case, because when somebody passes before they're able to live out their full potential or get right with God or anything, it's like, I don't know. I question stuff like that now. So I feel like because of that, and not even because of that, because I feel like I've been in dark energy, but because of me questioning the inevitable, because that's one thing that's for certain, death, it's caused me to see a darker side of myself and a darker side of the world. I feel like for a long time I was naive to bad people or bad things or bad energies or things I didn't deserve, boundaries. I was naive to those things. I was naive to the fact that I was living in a ghetto for a long time. I was very sheltered. So I feel like stepping into where I am now, I notice bad things about people. Like, I notice when people are rude, or when people got an attitude, when people are upset, when couples energy is off, when friendship energy is off. I can see it, I can sense it, I feel it. And then I be having to check myself, like, I don't know. Even though that's what my intuition tells me, and I want to believe that, I don't want to ever be in a state of judgment or assuming, because at the end of the day, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So even that, it's like, well, how do you decipher channeling versus that? And it's like, well, it's one and the same, because the only reason I could maybe sense that in whoever is because I've maybe sensed that within myself. Because everything is projection, everything is our perception. Even if you try to see eye to eye with somebody, whether it's your mother, friend, cousin, brother, spouse, at the end of the day, you can only see it out of your eyes lens. So being understanding and compassionate is one thing, but being able to tap into your shadow, being able to tap into, and a lot of people want to say ego death. I feel like really tapping into the things that make you question yourself, or the things that make you insecure, the things that make you question God. I feel like that's so taboo to question God, and I feel like in my shadow energy, I was so upset and angry and sad and depressed and going through shit that all I wanted, all I sought was answers. So who did I have to run to? It was God. I had to seek answers from God. And in my light, I felt like God just gonna give me the answers, you know, like it ain't no questioning God. But in my shadow, in my anger, it created passion in me. It created a drive and a motivation and a grit that I needed to kind of get me out of the bed, that I needed to feel like a human again, you know, that I needed to keep going, to be okay. Like with everything that I faced and everything that I've kind of been going through and dealing with, I've had to not push it all away. I've had to sit in it. I've had to sit with God. I've had to sit with myself. I've had to sit with my child. And I've had to embrace everything that I felt, everything that I'm continuing to feel. And it's not easy. And I feel like I'm here to show this shit is not easy. I feel like a lot of what we present to the world is beautiful and it's polished and it's put together and it's filtered and it's perfection. But that's not what we as beings are. We are not perfection. We are imperfection. And that's me. That's what it means to be complex. It means I'm good, I'm bad, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm ghetto, I'm classy, I'm bougie, I'm broke, I'm everything. Like I'm all things. And I feel like really being able to tap into that aspect of myself has really allowed me to love myself fully, instead of only living in light and feeling like I can never feel bad or I can never get angry, or the anger that I feel, I'm gonna feel guilty about it. So then not only am I angry, but I'm feeling ashamed of myself as well. I feel like it's too much going on in the world for us not to face ourselves, for us not to reevaluate how we've been living, what we've been doing, how we've been moving. It's like everything is so televised, everything is so put right in our face that it's like you would be a fool to not be aware of what's happening. I feel like my shadow side matches my light side perfectly. Just how much love I have to give, I feel like I can also be that of a raft. I could also be that of a storm. And being able to contain that, being able to honor that and appreciate the fact that I'm a brick house. I can stand the test of time. It's honorable. It's honorable. And I don't know if I would feel this honor to be this being in this timeline, in this dimension, at this point, right now, if I hadn't gone through struggle, or if I hadn't looked at my shadow, or if I hadn't gone back to go get, my inner child, or that wounded version of Caprice who didn't like her shadow side, who was told she always had an attitude, or she was a bitch, or whatever. Stuck up when really I just got social anxiety. Like those labels and those feelings that we have while we're developing at a young age kind of stick with us. And I feel like a lot of us are living in our shadows without acknowledging our shadows. So, of course, it's going to get bigger. Of course, it's going to get bigger because it wants attention. Everything wants attention. I feel like even God, spirits, angels, even stuff that you don't want to give attention sometimes will pull on you. And I feel like my shadow side kind of pulled on me at a time where I maybe needed it to. Like, the saying love will get you killed is so real. And it's sad to say that because love is supposed to be the highest frequency of mankind. But that's why everything is about balance, because love could love you or love could not love you. There's a balance. Like, you could love someone so hard that you become the best person to them for who you are, whether it's your kid, your best friend, your librarian, the person at the gas station who always rings you up and don't charge you no tax. I don't know, whoever. I feel like we don't really give each other room to have a shadow side, to live in fear or anxiety or worry or jealousy or envy or pride or I don't know, sadness, grief, confusion. We don't really give each other grace. We don't really comfort each other in our times of need. And I feel like I don't even know how. Like, when I was grieving, or, when I had my baby, when I lost my babies, I felt like I had a duty to respond to the people who were reaching out to me the second time. First time, I didn't. The first time, I secluded myself and I didn't want to talk to nobody and I didn't want to reply to no messages. And I don't know if it was my own hurt or the hurt that other people had for me or the lack thereof, but I feel like in all of that hurt, I kind of learned that people really do be going through shit, because that's not the first time that I have really gone through some shit, because by that time I'm an adult, so I had gone through, like molestation, abusive relationships, being homeless, but I hadn't I hadn't dealt with nothing like losing nobody. Like, I lost my grandma at a young age, but I don't really remember her or really losing her. So to be losing a baby when you think this is something that people body just naturally do. Like, I didn't know anything about miscarriages, you know, like you see it on maybe TV, but like not even really. Like when you see it on TV, you see it happening because of something like a disease, or them having to end the pregnancy early, or you fell down the stairs, or you got hurt, or Grey's Anatomy, something crazy happened. And they couldn't even explain why I had a miscarriage. So it just kind of opened my eyes to how many people, I started looking up the YouTube community of people who had miscarriages. Like, dang, other people go through stuff like this, you know? And then being with Jonathan and being exposed to a different kind of world that he had exposed me to, I'm like, dang, you know, people really live a different kind of lifestyle than what I'm accustomed to, or than me even, you know, like, or sometimes I ride down certain neighborhoods and I just feel so sad for my people, like where I live. Like being in my shadow out loud and recognizing that I was in my shadow and not trying to force myself to be a good person all the time, I was able to see that, like, we don't all have the means and the knowledge and the resources to get better. Like, we all got the same 24 hours in a day, but we don't all have the same circumstances. And your 24 hours ain't my 24 hours. So I feel like my shadow really allowed me to see other people's shadow, in the sense of we all just go through shit and we all just trying to figure it out on a day-to-day basis. Nobody is worse, nobody is less than, you know, like, I don't know why I feel like I want to cry, but it's just like, this just been a tough last couple years of my life. And I feel like I spent the last 3 years not really feeling worthy. It's like I knew in my mind, God already gave me the vision that I was worthy. It's like it was already embedded in my DNA, but I didn't feel it. And I'm a Cancer, I feel shit. That's how I don't really remember shit. So I go off of how I feel about something, my instinct, my gut feeling. That's why I do tarot. That's why I'm spiritual. Like, I go off my feeling, my gut. And like, I didn't feel good enough. I don't know if it was fear holding me back or what it was, but God had to show me through my shadow, through my darkness, how valuable I was, like how amazing I am. Like, God kind of showed me why I deserve all the things that God's promised me. Like, to know that, like, I don't know, just watching yourself outside of, like, sometimes I see myself outside of myself, and I watch myself make decisions, and I watch myself do things. And even when I make mistakes, I always find ways to be proud of me. Like, always, like, even just throughout my day. Like, I'll catch myself fucking up or saying something wrong or doing something out of God, and then I will correct my behavior, like, right in the moment. Right in the moment. Like, and even if I fuck up again a week later, the fact that I'm actively, presently, currently putting the work in and the time in to be a better person and to be who God wants me to be, like, I feel like a kid whose parent is just proud of them. Like, I feel like that. I feel like that on a daily. Like, dang, like, God gotta be proud of me, because even when I do little shit like procrastinate or smoke a blunt when I said I wasn't gonna smoke no more, that doesn't surpass all of the good things I did throughout my day. Like, and it didn't used to be like that. It didn't used to be like that. Like, a couple months ago, the one bad thing I did that day, if I laid in the bed all day, if I yelled at my baby, or if I didn't play with her enough, if I didn't buy her the thing that she needed, if I had to ask somebody for money, if I had to pull Jonathan away from work, or for every little thing I felt guilty about it, or sad about it, or like a burden, or, and I don't feel like that no more. Like, I don't feel like that no more. And I don't know if I will understand how good this feels if I didn't know exactly what that felt like. Because I don't want to feel like that ever again. I don't want to allow myself to feel like that ever again. I now have the tools to not have to feel like that again. I'm filming it. I'm sharing it. So, I don't know. I feel like I've been in a state of just being able to understand people's story. Different people come from different walks of life, and it makes me intrigued to, like, get to know people and have connections with people. Like, I've been antisocial and shy my whole life, and now I want to talk to people. Like, I'm interested in knowing your story, and, like, I want to just talk. Like, I want to talk. I want to text. I want to talk on the phone. I want to FaceTime. I want to go places and meet strangers. I want to go out of town and hang out with random people and do random shit. You know, I want to feel safe and I want to feel protected, of course, but the world as we know it is changing. It's changing. Like, we're literally in survival times. We're needing to stock up on canned goods, stock up on freezer dried stuff, or battery generators, things that will be able to sustain you in a storm. Like, these are the times that we're in. And I feel like I don't know how angels feel. I don't know if they care about legacies and all of that. But I know that as a human, God is putting it on my spirit to leave a legacy behind. And I may not have all the puzzle pieces right now of what the legacy is going to even be. I probably can't even fathom what ideas I'm going to have at 35. You know, but I know that I'm capable because God has shown me my strength. Why would you need me to see that if I didn't need it for something? Why would you put me through that or have me experience that? I don't believe in a God who punishes. Even if some religions believe that. I don't even know if any religions do. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But I don't believe that God does anything to us. Like in Christianity, I think they say like God chastises you. But I feel like we chastise ourselves. I feel like God maybe shows us or, puts it in our face what we did. And just like a child feeling bad if they do something that they know their mom told them not to. It's not that, the mother is that disappointed. You're disappointed in yourself because you knew you shouldn't have did that. At least that's how I felt. Now I'm feeling guilty because you're upset. And now I know how my mom felt. Like, dang, I felt like you disrespected me. Like, you blatantly did something after I asked you not to do that. Like, you must really don't give a fuck about how I feel. But, again, that's acknowledging people's shadow. Because as a kid, you're probably not thinking, oh, I'm doing this deliberately to disrespect my mom. You're not thinking, oh, hey, I'm being toxic in this relationship deliberately to go against God. But somehow you think you know better than what somebody's telling you. And being in my shadow energy told me that I gotta be the student sometime. I can't always be the teacher. I don't want to always be the teacher. That's what being in my shadow taught me. Because that's where everything comes from. Like, getting out the mud, even learning to ride a bike. Probably gotta fall, gotta make mistakes. Probably gonna hit your shins a couple times, get a couple bruises, skin your knee. But if you wanna ride that bike, you're gonna ride that bike. Then you're gonna grow up and maybe be able to show your siblings or show your kids how to ride a bike. Pass down that knowledge. So what you gonna tell your brother? Boy, you can't teach me how to ride this bike. No, you gonna learn. You gonna take that lesson. And I feel like that's where I am with God now. Like, I don't want to keep learning the same lessons. I don't want to deny my lessons. I just want to learn that shit and deal with it instead of acting like, oh, God is chastising me. God is mad at me. That's how we create guilt and fear and worry and shame. God know who we are. God created us. God created our mistakes that we make. Fuck a free will. We got free will, but God say some shit gonna happen. God said some shit gonna happen, and that's period. You can't tell God that's not gonna happen. Even if there is free will and destiny, you could make 10 different mistakes and God still gonna make you end up exactly where you're supposed to be. So why be hard-headed when you could just tap into your shadow side and learn from her, from it, from they. That's what I'm doing. I'm just learning to learn from all aspects of myself, my inner child, my shadow side, my light side, my higher self, older me. What does older me think of how I live right now? What would she think of me? Where's she gonna be at? What's she gonna have going on? What type of person she gonna be? I want to be able to pull from all of that. I want to be able to pull from different dimensions. That's the kind of shit I used to talk about. Real spiritual different dimensions and Illuminati this and how do I feel about that? The stars and the moons and mermaids and galactic star beings and star children and having visions. I think I just maybe used to share too much as well. And it's not about the views, because everybody who saw those videos was definitely supposed to see them. And in a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, the video's still gonna be there for people to see. But I don't delete my past. Like, even on Instagram, I could create like the influencer Instagram and have it be aesthetically pleasing. But I want you to be able to see my journey, kind of where I started and where I'm going. Not just one piece of me. I'm all of me. I'm complex. That's me. I'm her. I'm her complex. But yeah, I'm high. I hope you're high too. Or if not high, full from your snacks, fulfilled, like you learned something. I hope y'all feel good. I hope y'all feel at peace or calm listening to me speak. I hope y'all feel more positive and more compassionate going forward. I hope that when you do project, you're able to love on yourself and give yourself grace in that moment for however you are judging that person, even if it's something small, because we all do it, even if it's not on purpose. But I'm yawning a lot, and I still got a new moon in Virgo reading to do today, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share it on all your social medias, and I